Well, a steady rain has been falling here, but it has not dampened the spirits of the hardy folks at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Play action. Now Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Baron Browning in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Jackson. Finding Walker complete.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Now it's Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
That's the 38-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. You look at this Browns defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Jackson. Find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and 6 now. They run over center with Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Breaks through the contact. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Get it. They go play action here on first down. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Right back to Njoku. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Come on. Ready.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And he stopped immediately there. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Pass the 60. Go.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. From the gun, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
At the 26-yard line.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd and 2. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Tyler Luke on for the real goal.
And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up and down. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Trenton Simpson, he just flew in there to drop him.
Well, the goal is to get back into this game. The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down at the yard. On the handoff, Mitchell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
In motion goes the tight end. They go play action now. Jackson. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. To throw is Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Here we go. Shot.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Henry is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
Now from back at the 5, this is third and goal.
Cowboy in. 60 even. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Set up. Ready.
Throwing. Thompson Robinson. He'll try and do this himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Daniel Whelan now. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Thompson Robinson throwing here. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and a team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. The DTR going to throw it here.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Luke now for the extra point.
And the lead is now 24.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely
to the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Henry running right. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Thompson Robinson now to throw.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Thompson Robinson will look to throw. On target to his man, Likely.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Tyler Luke on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
At the Ravens' 41-yard line.
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Yeah, he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This will be fielded at the 17.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them in the turnovers, they've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Third down and 1. They'll try and run here with Jenkins.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Come on.
They hand off to their big tight end. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Browns take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead down to 20.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
From the gun, to give to Mitchell.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. A give here to Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force, and caused a stack-up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Calling that a very strong gain of 24.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Thompson Robinson looking to throw it.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
Tyler Luke now to try the field goal.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get it.
Back to throw here. This short pass into the hands of the Joker. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ready, set.
The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Mike Green gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Tiger, 19, Buffalo 18. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Ready.
Thompson Robinson now.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll bring a tight end in motion. 3rd and goal. Thompson Robinson. Touchdown! Isaiah Likely. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Inside run to Jenkins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Viking 18.
On 3rd down, here's Judkins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
60 Vikings. Come on, go.
And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Get on! 180! 180! Press up! Get on!
And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go, set! 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Get it. 60. the Eagles. 60 Eagles.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Baltimore, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns.